This bill is simple. It halts the efforts of this administrative state under President Biden from issuing a financial surveillance tool that will undermine the American way of life.
At those issues where we have really global interdependence. If we do not cooperate, we will have a lose-lose situation.
And there's so many hucksters and fraudsters in this field.
And so nothing any court would say would change your mind on that.
I'm not impressed by cryptos. As I said, I see them as liabilities more than assets. Our societies are becoming more and more digital.
I don't know, but if you get to the gold for oil stage and they have all the gold and they have all the oil production, do you see how this could get very dirty very quickly?
What will be the medium in which I could take something and go someplace else and cost effectively convert that into buying? Okay, the medium of exchange.
You're expecting for both RippleNet and XRP.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got some bags, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon o'clock news. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, smashing them likes, stuffing some bags. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, buckle up, because the future's extra bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.09 trillion and about 2% in the past 24 hours. We got BTC's dominance right around 47.4%. We got XRP in that number 5 spot, right around 51 cents, down about 2.1%. In the past 24, we got Stellar XLM, right around 11 cents. BTC, 26,604. We got ETH, right around 16 hundo. We got XDC, right around a nickel. Flare, right around 0.0111. And we got Songbird, 00455. Quick announcement before we get started. Congrats to all the winners for International NFT Day. Claim your NFTs in the Sun Wallet or over on xrp.com. Here goes the winners right here. Claim your free Rich Duck NFTs. We got a tweet from Emi Yoshikawa to kick things off. She says, interesting that Tokyo is now the #1 city for digital nomads. Indeed, I've come across many foreigners who recently decided to settle in Tokyo as a remote worker. They say they've been dreaming of living there. Tokyo. Shout out to all the crypto nomads out there. We got Bitcoin Magazine just in. U.S. Congressman's bill to ban the Federal Reserve from issuing a CBDC has passed the Financial Services Committee. Tom Emmer, there's a new day.
Extremely proud to have this legislation that, frankly, I've been working on for 3 years at least. The CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act included in your markup today. It's the first anti-central bank digital currency legislative effort introduced in the United States and for the past 2 Congresses. And we've worked with my colleagues and with stakeholder groups to update, improve, and grow support for this bill. Today, this bill has the support of 60 members of Congress and groups ranging from the Independent Community Bankers Association and American Bankers Association to Club for Growth, Heritage Action, and the Blockchain Association. We've come a long way. This bill is simple. It halts the efforts of this administrative state under President Biden from issuing a financial surveillance tool that will undermine the American way of life. Unlike decentralized cryptocurrencies, a central bank digital currency is a digital form of sovereign currency that is designed and issued by a government and transacts on a digital ledger that is controlled by that government. In short, a central bank digital currency is a government-controlled, programmable money that, if not designed to emulate cash, could give the federal government the ability to surveil and restrict Americans' transactions. This is not just alarming, it's downright un-American. We've already seen examples of governments weaponizing their financial system against their citizens. In China, the Communist Party is using a central bank digital currency to track the spending habits of its citizens. The data is being used to create a social credit system that rewards or punishes people based on their behavior.
We got Ingrid, Brix, Klaus Schwab, CEO of the World Economic Forum. These countries are exercising great influence, but if they don't cooperate, we'll have a lose-lose situation. Is this the warning?
It's really multipolar because you have the middle states like Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, and of course India, exercising great influence on global on the global situation. Saudi Arabia, thanks to its energy reserves. India, thanks to the fact that it is the fastest growing economy at the moment. Then you have, I would say, also the industrial powers. You could argue today that some of the companies like Google, Microsoft, and so on are truly multinational power factors. So it's a very complex world. And it's not a very stable world because we are now witnessing a kind of dynamic system which is constantly changing. And I should also add, by the way, to the power factors, small countries. I would argue that in the world of tomorrow, it's not the big fish eating the small fish, but the fast fish eating the slow fish. And so you have countries like Singapore, like I would add Switzerland or Israel, playing also a essential role in the global system. We have to confront a very fragmented and I would say to a certain extent turbulent system, because those countries compete not only in economic terms, they compete having different values, having different systems. So the world is relatively full of complexities and certainly also uncertainties. Now, what we have to do in order to stick together is to look at those issues where we have really global interdependence, where if we do not cooperate, we will have a lose-lose situation.
We got Megan, U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Gary Gensler says a government shutdown would mean normal oversight of markets would be impossible.
It kind of reminds me a bit of the 1920s securities markets 100 years ago, where a lot of people were getting hurt. And Congress came along and said, we've got to clean that up. And of course, we had the Great Depression. And the securities laws apply to crypto security tokens. And there's nothing incompatible with those tokens, with the securities laws. Investors still benefit from disclosure, and investors get to choose based on that disclosure. Investors benefit from laws against fraud and manipulation and other conflicts in the markets. And we've just seen so many people hurt and lost their money, hoping for a better future. And there's so many hucksters and fraudsters in this field.
And so nothing any court would say would change your mind on that.
I wish something a court could say which would actually bring the compliance sooner. But this was a field that was built as a global field. So a lot of it's outside of the US. And we have very robust securities laws in this country. Having said that, there are a lot of folks in this field that are trying to say, well, those don't apply.
Gary, you still there? We got subject views. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Many people in the space aren't listening. I've said it publicly that 99% of cryptos probably go to zero.
I'm not impressed by cryptos. As I said, I see them as liabilities more than assets. I respect that people want to produce speculative instruments. If they're prepared to lose it all, that's fine. I'm very concerned that it's seducing young people who don't really understand what they're getting into. And one of the reasons I have pushed our project of the digital euro has to do with the fact that our societies are becoming more and more digital, and we cannot just operate with central bank money comprised of banknotes, coins, and I'm convinced that we must be able to produce a digital central bank currency. That's what we should be able to produce, as well as having a payment infrastructure that is conducive to fast, cheaper, more efficient payments cross-border.
Also, if you didn't know, Christine Lagarde recently had a car accident, not wearing a neck brace after the car crash. Christine Lagarde. We got digital asset investor DAI. How do you break comics? Schumer's only. This could get very dirty very quickly.
That have it all and price it much higher, and the arbitrage. How do you break the COMEX? And how do you get all the gold and silver? And it became very obvious to me that all you really need to do would be to jack the price of gold up amongst the countries that have it all and price it much higher, and the arbitrage would send everything eastward to Moscow. Now, the idea, I think, was right. The location was wrong. Now, there are people saying that this has to do with import regulations and yada, yada, yada. But I want to tell you what's happening right now in China. And if this doesn't wake them up as to how they can really win this game. In China, a few days ago, I haven't looked at it today, but a few days ago, a really, really, really unusual event has been taking place. And that is the difference in the price of gold in China versus here in the United States. And when you talk about arbitrage, arbitrage is something that you can do on just a few cents different, trading large amounts from one exchange to the other. We're talking a historic price divergence, and yet you don't hear the mainstream media talking about this. A few days ago, gold was priced at $2,020 in China when it was $1,909 here in the United States. And so, you're talking about a 6% spread between COMEX LBMA physical and what could be delivered into China. The arbitrageurs will have a field day with this. And so when you talk about physical gold prices closing 6% above New York, London, and China is the largest producer and consumer of gold in the world, this large premium it means that gold is going to flow to the BRICS and to the OPEC countries. This is the highest premium that's ever been paid 3 weeks after OPEC joined BRICS. 3 weeks after OPEC joined BRICS. So, is China playing their gold card right now? Have they increased the premium specifically to suck all of the gold from the Western vaults? Play that arbitrage card? I don't know. But if you get to the gold for oil stage and they have all the gold and they have all the oil production, do you see how this could get very dirty very quickly?
Got Riz XRP, medium of exchange XRP, Mr. Man XRP. I wonder which DLT intermediary Ray DeLeo was describing here.
Important question that I want to get to, and it's related to concerns that you've shared about the US dollar potentially losing its reserve currency status. As an investor, how should they think about constructing a portfolio given this concern that you've talked about?
Well, there are two purposes of a currency, which is a medium of exchange and a storehold of wealth. And we're living in a world where we have three major currencies are fiat currencies with the same kind of problems. So you can't look at one currency in relationship to another. I think people make a lot of mistakes of thinking, it's an ugly contest. And so the questions that we're going to be in is storehold of wealth. Okay, what is your storehold of wealth? And a money is a storehold of wealth that also is widely accepted in other countries so that you can move it around. It's not just limited to currencies. Don't think that medium of exchange is the only important thing. So think about the storehold of wealth. That's when we deal with the quadrant of the four pieces to try to find a balanced storehold of wealth. And then you have to think, can I move that and sell that anywhere? Am I going to have the free capital markets to do that, or are they going to be a problem? So the diversification of that. And I think we are entering a period where all currencies, the traditional medium of exchange type of currencies, are a lot of currencies will compete. What will be the medium in which I could take something and go someplace else and cost effectively convert that into buying? Okay, the medium of exchange. So I think we're in a storehold of wealth issue. In other words, focus in on that. And then, okay, your transaction cost of converting that storehold of wealth, a balanced portfolio, into buying power. And then you transact because
Medium of exchange sounds a lot like the interoperable universal bridge. XRP, faster, cheaper, more efficient, distributed ledger technology. Welcome to the internet of value. Guys, Cypress 2023 panel. What sort of penetration are you expecting for the RippleNet and XRP?
Well, there are two things. One, what is the level of penetration that you're expecting for both RippleNet and XRP using CBDCs and private company stablecoins, perhaps, for transfers, including use by central banks? What sort of, well, there are two things.
You know what's coming. They know what's coming. And they can't stop it. We got some charts to end things off here. Dark Defender, XRP, ETH. Pair completed the back test. XRP is expected to appreciate 5 times more than Ethereum. Watch Ether. The Misty Pound got a new king. We got Egg Crypto XRP color code to $1.40. XRP triumphantly closes above the fib 0.5 level at 57 cents with undeniable confirmation. We're setting our sights on 140. This rise is just around the corner, but remember, there's more to this story. Dive into the color code clues on the chart. XRP Army. Stay ready. We got Coins Kid. The big argument for XRP at the moment is which scenario comes first, scenario 1 or scenario 2. Place your bets. And we got Egg Crypto. XRP is the water, the liquidity. All of the elements are now taken. Google has earth, Apple has air, Amazon has fire, Ripple has the water. With that being said, Bagman and Bag Ladies, where will you be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open? The XRP's true price is finally revealed. Later, glitches. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing them likes for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD, buy up those bags. Don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe, drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below and drop an elbow on that like button from the top ropes. We'll catch you up here, top floor, on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB, bring your own bags, be your own bank. Peace out, crypto ghost.
XRP now, which is going to be a bridge currency that the bankers are using very quietly. And I'm telling you about this.
With XRP now, which is going to be a bridge currency that the bankers are using very quietly. And I'm telling you about this.
Most utility, up on my keys, chew on my seeds.
It is a albatross. It's very slick with it, just like the Dogecoin. It was supposed to be a joke. And they're playing these games with all of these different cryptocurrencies to blind you to the ones that have utility. XRP, listen to what I'm saying to you, is a utility coin.
FDSEC.